What's that? That's Gerald, the screaming goat. That means it's 7 o'clock. It's Mystery Card Monday. You're on Tamara's Paper Trail, and I am Tamara. Give me a hidey ho and let me know who's playing tonight. It's Monday. The weekend blew by. What did you do this weekend? You all know what I did this weekend. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Teresa. Trina. Hello. Marcella. Hi. Did you have a nice weekend? Hi, Rebecca. Thanks for popping in. Yes, as most people know, this weekend was our extravaganza. So that was all day Saturday. Sunday was recuperating and recovering, and I felt like I had a total hangover. It was such a good weekend, you guys. There's Kathy, there's Sherry, there's Paulette, Donna, Dana, Janet. Half of you people were with me on Saturday. Did we have fun or did we have fun? It must have been fun because I felt like I'd been hit by a truck the next day. Hey, happy first day of spring, Tracy. It was a beautiful day today. I think I spent most of it in a mall. Well, running errands, and I didn't get home till about 11. So yeah, I was out and about. I actually bought some new clothes. I bought a new shirt today. This is like a running, well, this is one of those shirts that's like for joggers. Okay, let me get my necklace out of the way. Like it's all, you know, wicks away the moisture and all that. Like I'm never going to go jogging. But anyway, it's a bluish green. It's kind of between evening evergreen and night of navy. It's an interesting color. You can see what color it is. Look at that. So anyway, bought a couple new shirts. 'Tis the season, right? Oh yes, I was gonna message you today, Teresa, to see how your car is going. Oh my gosh. Oh good, your cat got adopted. Excellent. Ah, Shelly's in the house. It was fun, wasn't it, Dana? It was so good. Thank you, Cheryl. It was a lot of fun. Let me just, oh, hi, Connie. There's Hope. Valerie, you're playing with your paper pumpkin kit. Yeah, I got 4 of my 6 on Friday, so I'm still waiting for 2. They didn't show up today either, but hey, Paulette, how was your cross-stitching weekend? Did you have fun? I bet you did. Getting together, like everybody's getting together now. There's Sharon, worked all day. Ew, gross. Ugh, this adulting. Hey, hi, Jen. Judy, hello. Thanks for popping in. Celebrated your 65th birthday for a friend and played Stampin' Up Bingo. Fun, Melissa. Excellent. Thank you very much, Teresa. Thank you. Hey, Coral. How you doing? Hi, Carolyn. Okay, enough of that. Let's do a quick Jenny update. I'm thrilled to say I neither lost nor gained this week. And I'm pretty okay with that. I'm surprised. So I'm thinking there might be some water retention. I was good as gold up until 5:30 Saturday. So I was good. Like when I say good, to the letter. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday until 5:30 when I got home. And Rebecca came home with 2 great big trays of baking. She'd been to Grandma's house. So I treated myself to a little bit of cake. And then Sunday, I wasn't horrible, but I had a little bit more cake, and Craig had made a shredded beef. And so I had a bit of that. So I think there was some, I don't know. I was good in what I ate all week, but I think I ate too much fruit and veg. That's okay, right? Like they're healthy. But I had too much salad dressing. I make my own salad dressing, and honestly, I could drink it. I love it so much. So I think I just ate enough calories to just maintain. So I neither gained nor lost, but it was healthy. And I'm actually really, really excited to maintain, because that means I kind of cracked it this week where, okay, I ate like a normal human for most of the week. And then I had a little bit of a treat one day. So I'm so good with that. I'm so over the number. Like, I know the lady was looking at me like, okay, it was exactly the same. Like, to the ounce, it was exactly the same. And I'm like, I am so fine with that. You can't even believe it. So it was great. Hi, MJ. How are you feeling the next day? There was a lot of walking. You should have let Pat drive you to your car. Sheesh. Thanks, Shelly. I feel so good. That's the thing is, non-scale victories. Like I can do it with my jackets, and anyway, it's all good. What else? Yeah, just ahead of the game. So Sunday, I just recuperated. I was very sore. I had visions that I would be, thanks, Teresa, I had visions of going to Costco after the extravaganza. No, I could barely limp into the house because my hip it was too much standing. But I feel much better today. I am going to the chiropractor and the physiotherapist on Friday, so I'll be all fixed up and ready to roll. So that was good. I had a few other things Nothing much. I essentially sat on the couch and colored all day yesterday. I really did take most of the day off. So, yeah, I bet it was MJ. It was a lot. But you will be happy to know. So, all of you who were at the extravaganza and those of you who weren't, we already have started planning the one in October. October 22nd. Save the date, you guys. And I can guarantee it will sell out, and it will sell out faster. Now, for those of you who were there this Saturday, we already have plans for it to be a full day event. So, we're going to have twice the amount of time. You're going to have twice the amount of space. So there's going to be 2 people per table, a different layout, slightly bigger room, and just as amazing projects. Of course, we don't know what the projects will be, but they're going to be just as good, but you're going to have much, much more time to do it and in a much more relaxed pace. And there'll be food. So we've already started planning the next one. That's how excited we are about how this one went, and it will sell out faster. But anyway, yeah. Yes, we need to recoup, right? You're late. Oh, sure, Jennifer. Oh, can I please start off? You know I've said nothing of importance. It's 7:06. I've done nothing but squeeze my goat, which sounds really rude when you say that out loud. Oh, no, it's not just demonstrators, Teresa. Absolutely. Anybody can come. You betcha. It'll be so much fun. I can't wait. We can't wait. We can't wait. It's Monday. Mystery Card Monday. Hey, you want to see some stuff? A couple little things we'll show. Did you see? So my blog hop went up today. So this was my submission for the blog hop this week. That's on Kylie Bertucci's Trip Achievers blog hop. So that went up today. I know, Melissa. Day trip? I know it does, doesn't it, MJ? I'm sorry. I'm so rude. All right. So that's a card. This is what I was working on. I'm working on our my Honeybee Home card class, which is coming up on the 22nd of April. And I was playing with this. What do we think of this card? I think it's elegantly lovely. Lovely, simple, beautiful, I think. I played with that for about an hour and a half. It's so simple. Excellent, Teresa. Well, anybody who attended the first extravaganza gets an early bird option. You know, you get first crack at registering again. So yeah, October 22nd, mark your calendar. Right? Now, Shelley, Swoop, right? It's like $59 to fly from Edmonton to Ontario on Swoop. You bring your little bag with some undies and a toothbrush. You come for the week. $59? $59. Get on over here, Shelley, right? I know, the font is amazing. Okay, I digress. Let's start stamping, you guys. Now tonight, thank you guys. I was planning just to make one card tonight. I thought I don't need 12 of anything anymore. And I'm sure if you guys all play along with me on Mondays, you probably have a pretty good stash going on. So although I like to make a lot in the hour, right? It gives us a lot of time to craft together. I'm like, I don't need 12. So I started off making one, and then I thought, well, you know, really, if you cut this 2 more times, you end up with like 4. So we're making 4 cards tonight. And it's not a hard layout, but you might, Karen, oh my goodness, I was gonna say, don't fall over. You know what? There's a very good chance I'll fall over because I'm wearing my slippery pants. And every time I bend over to pick up something off the floor, I almost topple over because these pants are slippery. Honestly, it's quite funny, but nice to have you, Karen. Thanks for popping in. So yes, I struggled a little bit with the embellishing. Now, you guys know that's kind of where I fall apart a little bit because I want to do more. I want to add more. So what I came up with was fairly simple and clean of a layout, if that's a good sentence structure, which I'm thinking it's not. I kind of like it. And the layout actually resulted, is quite funny because this card came from tonight's layout and they are absolutely polar opposites. But I started off with tonight's layout to end up with that card. So it's kind of funny. So let's get ready. I hope you've all prepped your pieces. This is the only one that took a little bit longer. There were 12 pieces that are this size. So we're going to start off, we're making 4. So I've got 4 standard card base. This drives me crazy when people do this on video. Let's just stop that right now. Looks ridiculous on video. Okay, so we're going to have 4 card bases. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I think I'm going to start with just making 1 for now. I'm going to fold it in half. This is my card base, right? This is our, where is it? Where did my Post-it note go? I don't know where it went. Anyway, standard cardstock. I don't know. wherever my Post-it note went. Doesn't matter. Okay. I'm going to score it or burnish it with my bone folder. Okay. Then we need colored cardstock layer, 5 1/4 by 4. So we need 4 of those. Okay, so I'm just going to move mine aside. Now, I like my cards this direction, right? We're also going to need 4 layers that are 5 by 3 3/4. So there is the beginning of our card. So far, so good. It is attached to another card. I just don't know which one. Where? I don't know where it is. It's somewhere else. It is attached to something. Oh, there it is. Yep, upside down. Thanks, Donna. What would I do without you? It was nice to be with you on the weekend, Donna. It was nice to see you and hug you. It was good to hug you. All right, so now I'm going to take my designer series paper. Now, this is where we're going to get out your trimmers, ladies and gentlemen. I did this piece already, right? Yes, we did this one. So we've got our 6x6 designer paper. Trimmer. Okay. Everybody's got their 6x6. If it is directionally important, which mine is, I want my pieces running up and down. So to cut this, we're going to turn it 1/4 so it's sideways. Okay, so everybody turn your paper sideways. Thank you, Barb, or Barbara. Okay, so we've turned it, so top, bottom. And we're going to cut it at 2 and 2 again. So we're cutting it into thirds. So this strip is 2. This strip is 2. That strip is 2. Okay, so now you can turn them back the way they were. And we're going to cut them at 1 1/4 all the way across. So you could pile them up. 3 I find is a little thick for our trimmer. Well, Jennifer, come on now. This DSP, Designer Series paper, is the Heart and Home. And all of the backings are, the back of all of them are these wood grain sheets. Let me just quickly show you. I have, and I really want to play with this for a number of reasons. Prime one is I have almost 4 full packs of it. So look at the backs are all the wood grain. So, you know, you can, I don't mind that I have tons of this paper left over because I will use it over the years. Any masculine card, this is great for. Another good sentence structure. And then the front. I've used this. I don't love this color. It's garden green isn't my fave, but you can use the back of it. So that's what this paper is. Okay, so now I'm going to cut it at 1 1/4 all the way across. So you can stack 2 up. 3 is a little thick. So you can do 2, but really, I'll just do 1. Am I in the field of vision? Yes, 1 1/4. So 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 1 1/4. So this is gonna, these 3 pieces are gonna be used for 1 card, but we still have a little chunk left here that we'll get 1 1/4 out of that. And then there's a little chunk left over. So that one isn't the right size, but so you can use that for something else. So we're just gonna go 1 1/4 all the way across again for all of the pieces. So easy cutting. It's 2 2 2 and then 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 1 1/4. Now this layout I found on Pinterest from a fellow Canadian demonstrator. I was pretty excited about that. So this comes from Bianca Cervoni at biancascardcreations.com. So I was pretty excited to see another Canadian layout that I loved. So 1 1/4. 1 1/4. Now I have to make all these cards because I've cut them all. 1 1/4 and 1 1/4. Heart and Home, that's right. Okay, I had my heater on and it was too hot. I turned it off and now I'm going to freeze. Okay, so now I'm going to start taping my pieces to my layers. So that was our DSP, Designer Series paper. Then we've got our layers, colored cardstock layers that I pre-cut just to save a bit of time. So these ones are 2 1/4 by 1 1/2. So perhaps unsurprisingly, it is just 1/4 inch larger than what we just cut. So 2 1/4 by 1 1/2. So I'm going to tape all these together. Sure am. Now, if you're using a designer paper that's more detailed than this, you might want to consider keeping these pieces in order when you cut them. Now that, like now I tell you, right? Save them for the next extravaganza. Yes, we could do that. Absolutely. Yeah, speaking of the extravaganza, those who were there know the answer to this question, and I did post it on one of the comments on my page. But did you all see how many die cuts Tracy and I had for our projects? Let me tell you how many die cuts, because I had shared with you a lot of the pictures of the die cutting. There were in total 1,664 die cuts, you guys. That's not cut pieces of paper. That is through the big shot die cut. So that's what I was doing all Wednesday night, and Tracy was doing that Wednesday night and Thursday morning. And my back wasn't that happy, and my shoulders were up around my ears, but honestly, I can't believe that the next day I felt fine. I had taken 2 of my like Robaxacet at bedtime, and I woke up and I was good to go. I thought, I'm not going to be able to brush my hair. my arm is going to seize up. It was crazy. It was madness. And but like Tracy said, but they were so pretty. No, you guys want to see? Here, check it out. Check this out. So, you know how I had put a Tamara's tip not too long ago when I was doing this die cutting, that if you put the stuff through it at an angle, it keeps your plates flat. This was a brand new plate. I started it with the first die cut, and it is perfectly straight. Absolutely perfectly straight. I kept turning, I would turn it and move it around, but you can see I put all of my layers through at an angle. And this is good as new, aside from the disgustingness of it. What didn't survive, I don't know where they went, were the top plates. They had more trouble. They're bowed, and you can see, so yeah, they have a curve. I couldn't quite eat cereal out of them, but they are curved. So the top ones don't fare well, but the bottom, if you do it right and you do it at an angle, they're good as new. Yeah, no, just the top one, Teresa. I went through 2 top ones, and there's a way I can fix those too, but really I'll probably just, well, I don't know. I'll keep using them, and then I may try to fix them, or I may just chuck them, because I might have 10 of them in my stash. But you can pour boiling water. If you boil a pot of water and you put the plates in the sink, and then you pour the boiling water onto your plate, and then you cover, like you put the full pot of water on top of that plate so it stays submerged. And then you just let it all cool. And once the water cools down, your plates are much, much straighter and flatter. And then all those little bits of paper come out of the gunginess. So there is a way to kind of salvage them, but time is money. And you know what? For like $15, I can buy new ones. So that's the route I usually go. Yeah, most people, actually, I was off too, Melissa. I was thinking, I think I said like 1,200. I might have said 1,200, or maybe I said 800 originally. And then Tracy did the math for me and knew it was way, way wrong. Okay, so let's put I hope y'all are with me, for those of you who are playing along. So I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to find a sentiment that I want to work. So here's what my layout is going to be. I'm going to take 3 of these, and they're going to be here, and here, and here. All right, so I'm going to approximate where I'm going to put them down, and I don't want to put them down yet because I actually want to pop them up on dimensionals. And I'm not doing that until I've stamped the sentiment, because it can get in the way. So I'm just going to place it visually where I'm going to want it, and then I'm going to find a sentiment. I'm going to stamp it here. So for mine, I'm going to go with this thank you from the Bows and Blossoms bundle. So this has the matching punch that doesn't punch this out. It's just this punch that I'm using all the time lately, but doesn't coordinate with the stamp, which confuses me to no end, but whatever. They're cute together. So this was a bundle. And I haven't used this very much. So I'm like, I like that font. I'm going to use this font. You checked out a set of plates. They were well used, likely over 6 months old. Oh, yeah. You can do that in the oven too. Well, now, Bev, I've heard, though, that I don't think that's a great idea. I think there's some fumes that might be released when you do that. And I think it also does compromise the plastic, and they might crack. And if you forget them, I don't know. Anyway, I've heard that, but I haven't tried it, and it makes me a little twitchy. So I would go the water route. And one of the girls on this page tried it. She says, yes, they were definitely a lot flatter and much, much cleaner. So I digress. So I'm going to use this thank you, and I'm going to try to use black ink this time. I don't love my black. And that's the other thing I did this weekend. I took a couple hours on Friday night, and I re-inked all of my inks except my black. Oh, I see a little fuzzy nose. Hello, mister. Hello, mister. Hi. Hi, where are you going? Hey. Hi. What you doing? Come here. You want to say hi to the people? There's my buddy. There's my partner in crime. Hey, Coda? Yeah. No one to play with, hey? 4 people in the house, and you got to pick me. All right. All right. Anyway, I digress again. So I re-inked all of my ink pads except my black. But I'm going to go with black on this one, and I'm going to go thank you. And hope that it's dark enough. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. All right. So now that I've got that, now I can place these with dimensionals. Yeah, Coda's in the house. You betcha he is. All right. So these ones I'm going to pop up. Now, whenever I'm doing something like this, that the spacing is kind of important, as I always start with the middle one. Start with the middle one first. So I'm going to use my mini dimensionals on this. Okay, off you go. Go find Dad. Off you go. Where's Rebecca? Okay, so I'm going to place this one first. And the other thing you want to do is not push it down so hard that if you needed to lift it up, you'd be tearing your paper. So that's an approximation of where I want it. So I'm going to go there. And now I can go ahead and do the one on the right and the one on the left. It's not perfect. That's okay. It just gets it a little bit closer to being spaced well if you just take that extra little bit of time. Hey, Brenda. How you doing? How was your weekend? So yeah, this morning I had a few errands to run, and then I was at Northgate, Northwood, I don't know. The one that has a Marshalls in it. So that's where I thought, I am popping in, and they have a lot of cute shoes and stuff in right now. Like every now and then I go and I hit it just nice with the new stock and that. They didn't have my size in the shoes, and that's fine. I mean, you just like to look, right? And the purses and all the kind of new spring clothes. So I got just a t-shirt and then this, and but some Easter stuff for my girls. A little Easter basket, and that's always fun. And then I went to Costco and bought a bunch of stuff I didn't need there. But anyway, it's fun. All right, so there's where we're heading with that. So now I'm going to tape this onto my layer. Like this. And then this, you could pop up. You know what, maybe, why not? Let's do it. Let's use up some of these dimensional chunks here. So what's coming up next? Oh, this Friday I have my demonstrator training on how I run my product included classes. It's virtual, so you can register right up until noon on the Friday. And so that's a $35 online order, or $45, or you're free if you're on my team. If you're a trailblazer, then it's free to you. So I guess this week I should focus on designing the training for that. I know what I want to say. I just need to kind of formalize it a little bit. Essentially, you know my style. It's pretty much like this. I talk, you listen. Uh-oh, what What? Brenda's not well? Oh no, got COVID. Please tell me that there were mild symptoms. Oh, that's right. I saw you at, Brenda, you were in Shauna's training and you weren't well. That's right. Were the symptoms fairly mild though? I sure hope so. Okay. So this is our card. Now we just have to decorate these little thingies. And for that, I am using the What's Cooking set because I've only made 2 cards using this set. And that's not acceptable. Managed to keep it out of our long-term care home till now. Oh, good for you, Brenda. Wow. All right, so I've cut out salt and pepper. I've cut out the whisk. And I cut out the spatula. Now, if you know anybody who is into any of the food multi-level marketing, things like Epicure, Sunset Gourmet, Pampered Chef, anything with food in it, this is a set you want to have. You could easily give this set, or a set of these cards, you could probably sell them to any one of those reps for them to use as thank yous for their customer. Okay, I didn't actually mean to, rats and darn it all anyway. I was going to put this on a brad, but okay. And then I'm thinking like this. How cute? How cute? Yeah, there's always a new variant, isn't there? I know. Okay, so now I'm just going to tape these down. Also burr. It's cold in here. Oh, and now I'd have to trip over the dog to get over to the heater. Okay, so I'm going to put down the knife. Love this card. Who else is playing tonight? Because this is the part where it could take you quite a while. I played for, a good 45 minutes before I found, the stamp set I wanted to use. And because I knew where I was going, right? So I'm like, oh, what's got some cute dies in it? And let's see how I want this. I haven't decided yet. Maybe I just do them straight up and down. Salt and pepper. So cute. Maybe up and down. Thanks, Sherry. Like that. I get a little hung up on the spacing, honestly. I know I do. You know that about me. I know. It's just a matter of time before Donna's like, step away from the card. But this one has to be a little bit lower because this one's a little bit higher. So they have to be equidistant. Like that. Okay. Now, this one, I'm going to use a little bit of glue. Layout seems easy. And then you can find exactly. Oh, is curling on? I'm sorry. I don't know the curling schedule. How is it still curling season? I don't know. Okay, so I'm just going to put some glue in the middle here because I'm not sure how low I want it to be. Like that. Maybe I want it up here. Oops. Like that. So cute. All right, Nancy. Doing school prep. Oh, it's a fun layout. Till May. Oh, okay. Now I'm thinking of putting something there. We've got lots of things we could use there. I could just use a pretty blingy jewel. I could use a black one. You know what? That would probably be better. We've got lots of black stuff. We've got our black matte dots. Just don't know where mine are. There they are. Look at that. Right under Yoda's butt. Okay, that's not the way I should twist. All right. Oh, the shirt keeps riding up, though. I'm used to longer shirts. It drives me a little bit crazy when my skin is exposed. Okay. I'll just use this guy and make him... You can't really see it. But it's there. How cute is that? Huh? I think that would be awesome to give to anybody who's, like I say, in any of those food MLMs, and I want some dots. I'm going to do 3 down here because I have a bazillion of them. Now, have you all set your reminders for Wednesday to do a little shopping for our last chance list? I believe it's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, if anybody wants to confirm or deny. I think it starts at 1. Edmonton time, Mountain time, Utah time, 1 o'clock. Thanks, Bev. I think that's adorable. Well, that doesn't count. Oh, Donna, get over it. There's 3 here. This one's an embellishment. That's a knob. Come on now. You can live with that, surely. Although I do think about these things when there's an odd number. I think of you, Donna. All right, so that is the cutest little card. I freaking love it. Thank you, Tracy. Here's the one I made this afternoon with a white brad, and these actually swing free. Wee. Thanks, Valerie. And that's the What's Cookin', and I did it in the dark gray, the basic gray, but it doesn't look as good as it should with the black. But I love this font, so I think I'm going to make them all as thank yous. I don't send out a lot of cards that are just kind of like, hey. But this is the stamp bundle. This is one of the ones that's on sale, I do believe. 20% off right now. And look at all the different pieces. They're so cute. I've cut some out just out of the blue paper. Like originally, you all know when I first get my stamp sets, I like to run the dies through, just to see what they all come out like, what they all look like, and do they emboss or do they cut? And so I have a lot of things cut out here. But this one cuts and embosses the wood grain. So how cute is that? And then you can use any of our wood grain papers to give that realistic effect there. And you got the knife and the salt and pepper, the spoons, the bowls, the mixing bowls. Yeah, super, super cute set. This one's a keeper. This is one that you keep in your stash. Lead you astray. DSP. What's DSP measures? Carolyn, you got to check out the recipe, girl. The designer paper. So you start with a 6x6 piece, and you turn it you turn it so if it's directionally important. So here's one. If this is the direction you want it, you turn it a quarter, and you cut it at 2 and 2, and then you turn them back and you cut them at 1 1/4 all the way across, and that'll give you enough for 4 cards. So I can do 3 more like this, and I will do. But I want to show you another layout. So I'll finish those ones. Oh gosh, I haven't even finished last week's, you guys. Well, 1,664 die cuts. No doubt I didn't quite finish that off from last week. But maybe tomorrow's the day. I don't have a whole lot on for tomorrow. Okay, so I'm actually using this piece of designer paper from the New Horizon designer paper. It's gorgeous. And I designed a card already. So I turned it, and I cut it at 2, and then I used it. And then, so this one's left. So I'm going to cut it at 2 again. Now, this piece is not conducive to 3 more cards because look, this is nothing. It just looks like dirty paper. But I'm going to do this one. Again, what? I'll lead you astray. Yeah, I know. So now I'm going to cut this at 1 1/4. 1 1/4. And 1 1/4. Because right now I'm just going to make the 1 card. So this one I'll just leave over here. Now, what I was saying earlier is if you have a pattern like I do, maybe try to keep these pieces in order when you move along to the next step, which is attaching them to your layer. Because you can maintain the scene, right? So I have to, okay, the dog left. Okay, I'm just going to turn on the heater, you guys. Hang on. Too cold. I'm back. Okay. All right. So I am going to attach. Now this time I'm using the garden green, or the evening evergreen. Shocking, I know. I've never in the history of in colors used an in color as much as I have the evening evergreen and or the soft succulent. Are you liking the little teasers of the new in colors that are coming? Okay, so here are my layers, and another face. So far, the four in colors are great. I love them. They're bright, and at this time of year in spring, yeah, you want some brightness. Like I was playing with this paper earlier, and I went, oh, it's too heavy. Like I wanted something springy and light. However, now this one, I thought this could be a nice retirement card. So I'm going with the sentiment that's actually in the set. So this is from the On the Horizon set, wishing you so much happiness. And I'm thinking that can certainly work for a retirement card. So the same thing as before. I'm going to take my layer. I'm not going to tape it down yet in case I screw up the stamping. But you can see how it's kind of nice to maintain the pattern. So you're going to have an approximation of where you're going to put it. Seriously, like this part takes the longest, just trying to get it centered somewhere along like that. And my Evening Evergreen ink. How do you see the new in colors? Well, Marcella, if you go to the demonstrator planning place, all demonstrators, you're a demonstrator, right? Yeah, Marcella, you're a demonstrator. Go to DP, the demonstrator planning place, and they've been giving us teasers all week. And then I've been putting them on. So in the morning, they give you a tease, like a riddle. And then at 6 o'clock at night, they give you the answer. So we've got the 4 already. We've got 4 of them. There's, oh my gosh, Starry Sky, I forget now. I don't know what they're called. Tahitian, I don't know. Tide, I don't even know what they are. Well, you can just scroll back, right? You can see what we've got. If you scroll through my page, I've got the last 4 days worth. All right, so again, I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to pop these up on dimensionals. Actually, this is a card. Yeah, I said I'm going to use this for retirement. Wishing you so much happiness. It also works for, birthday. Yeah. One does resemble Tempting Turquoise. Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's a little bit brighter, Bev, than the Tempting Turquoise, but and that wasn't my favorite color, I must say. I didn't use Tempting Turquoise a whole lot. However, I've come a long way. I've grown. I used to be all about the Regals, and they're still my favorite. But I do use a lot of the brights and a lot of the subtles as well. Certain combinations I just love. Okay, so again, you can see I'm maintaining the pattern, which is kind of pretty. I kind of like this layout. What do you think? Thank you, Judy. Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet what? Parakeet, Pale Parakeet? Well, there was another P in there, wasn't there? Parakeet something. Tahitian Tide, or Tahiti Tide and Starry Sky. Thank you. A new red. Well, maybe tomorrow, Valerie. I can never get enough of the purples. But yeah, I like the parakeet color. The green. It's like lemon lime twist and granny apple green combination. It's like they had a baby. Okay, how cute is that? Now you could just stop there. You could stamp some birds on. However, that one's a little bit high. I have cut out this piece. So one of the dies in here. There's some cute grass, if grass can be cute. So you could cut out the grass and just put that here. But how cute is this? Thinking we could just do a little bit of that. Or you could, yeah, I don't know. Now this is where I kind of went crazy on my first card when I was playing with this one. I moved it about 4 times. I screwed it up. Or you know what? Okay, what's happening here? What is happening? Oh my gosh. Nothing good is happening. Bad things are happening. My case is falling apart here. Stop it. Behave. All right, there we go. All right, I guess I should tape this to this. Good, Nancy, I'm glad. Do you have this paper? I think it's on, is it on back order? No, I didn't see it on, well, they don't do back order. No, I think it's orderable. Okay, so this is going to go here. I just think it's really pretty. Okay, a card base. I could pop it up on dimensionals. Why not? Can never have too many die cuts. Got that right. Well, Tracy, now 1,664 might be a little excessive, my friend. But hey, I figure I could probably start doing some push-ups now. I think my shoulders and my arm are quite strong enough now that maybe I could go there. Maybe not. I think there is a limit. All right, I need a drink. Atta girl. Thanks, Mary Jean. Tracy, you can start designing the Christmas extravaganza ones, and I can start die cutting now. Get a jump on it. I can't wait to see the new catalog. Oh, can't wait. And then the holiday catalog will come out in June for us to see. Oh, it's all too much. And then it's, oh, but wait, I don't want to think about that. We're just getting rid of the snow. We don't want to start thinking about more snow. Okay, so like seriously, beautiful as it is, right? Thank you, Carolyn. You guys are good for my ego, honestly. I'm going to glue it right here. Yeah, it depends on the piece of paper that you've got. So I'll show you the one I've got in a minute that I did yesterday. I actually designed this yesterday, if you can believe it. Until my back said, no more, we're done here. I said, okay. All right, so this one, I think it has to sit on top of this little puddle. Oh, what's going on here? Stop that. Ah, this is why I don't use glue. I'm not responsible. Okay, like that. Ugh. See what happens. Oh my gosh. Okay, seriously. All right, so that can be like that. Now, I'm going to want some jewels. Now, what ones am I going to want for here? I could use pebbles, but that might seem weird. I'll use these ones. Because they're the soft succulent. So let me see. What did I do on my other one? I did big, some littles. Can you tell that I really, really liked these when they came out? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unopened, and well, 6. This one I opened, but it hasn't been used. I still have 6 packs, and I've used like 4 or 5 of them. I can do that, Teresa. We can certainly do a Zoom any old time. And seriously, oops, I missed one. We need it all, don't we? I do. I need it all. And this one I'm going to put over here. Like that. So that is my second card. So it's 743. Thank you, Valerie. So it works with this paper as well. Now this is the other half of the piece of paper. So you can see it's a very different look, and this could have gone in the center. It could really have moved anywhere. So that's this piece of paper. So this is this chunk here. And then this is the next chunk. But the last chunk really doesn't work because it's essentially white. That's not going to do anything for anybody. It just looks dirty. So you could use the other side for something else. Actually, this reminds me of ocean, like water or something. So you could use that side for sure. But those are the two from that one piece of paper. And I guess so now I have 15 minutes. I'm just going to have to make the rest of these now. But I really like this font with this one, hey? Thanks. Thank you, guys. Yeah, need, right, Bev? Yeah. Yes. Nikki and Teresa, yes. You guys should Zoom. 14 years is still guess wrong. Well, now you guys, when it comes to, what you think is going to be popular, really go with what you love. Now, I mean, it doesn't really matter what's popular because let's face it, if it's like this set, right? This Horizon one, it's going to sell itself. Like if you don't like it, don't get it. It is very popular. So it'll sell itself. Like all the people who go gaga over it are going to be posting all kinds of samples using it. So you don't have to. Other people, like your customers, will see this set being used and then they'll buy it anyway. So you don't have to do that, like unless you want it. So if you love it, get it. That's essentially all that matters. If you like it, get it. Now, if you're trying to think, okay, well, you'd like to get something that's going to last, pardon me, a couple of catalogs so that you can keep showing it. I mean, fair. It depends on if you're looking at it from the business perspective or what you like. And if you like something, you're going to create with it, and then other people will fall in love with it too, right? So don't overthink it, man. Just do what you like, you know. And if it's popular, it will sell itself. And if it's really popular and you don't have it, you just go to Pinterest, or you go to the internet and you get those samples and you post them on your Facebook page, and you just give credit to the creator, just saying, look at the beautiful card Tamara made with this set I don't own. You should buy it for me. And they will. Right? I always seem to know what will sell and won't want, Tamara. Well, now, Nikki, you think that, but I buy everything, so I'm pretty safe. I am learning. I've been doing this for 16 years, and I'm starting to get better at knowing what will be popular, but that doesn't mean I know what's going to be carried over, because sometimes I go, what? That's carrying over? Like that tulip set. I can't, or the daisy set and the tulip set. Like, how many, what? That's carrying over? I couldn't wait for that one to retire so I could sell it. I didn't like it, and it's carried over. So I'm not very good at that. At that little game, but I know what will be popular. Sometimes. I don't know. Thanks for the compliment. I'm not sure that I know any better than anybody else. Like I say, I'm pretty covered because I buy it all. Yeah. Okay, so here's another thank you. Okay, is that 3? Yeah, I was going to make, no, I get one more. And that was, see, that's dodgy and that irritates me. So I'm going to turn that over. I'll try that again. I don't think I need to line those up. I think I know where it's going to be now. And one more. There we go. Okay. So I'm just now, it's 7:47. I'm just making the rest of these cooking ones. Right. Tracy, what paper are you playing with? Or anybody, who else is playing tonight? What papers are you guys using? Jen, are you playing or are you hanging out? Jen Lamoureux. Inquiring minds need to know. So this one, I realize, might take a little bit longer for you guys to post, because it might take you a little bit longer to play with the embellishments and get her done. But I love when you guys post what you come up with, because then it reaffirms in my mind too that it is a good layout. I wasn't originally sure. I thought, is this one versatile? If you've got some die cuts, that'll work. Yes. If you have die cuts that won't, not so much. But then I look at the paper you use and like say this one was pretty even if it didn't have a die cut. Yeah. Playing with patterns. Yeah. Oh, good. And so what are you going to use for embellishments on that one, Trina? Eden's Garden. Nice, Nikki. I love that paper. And I would be playing with it more, but I'm trying to use up what's still current. I don't know. That whole game, right? But I was thrilled that I sold so many of my retired kits at the extravaganza on Saturday. I had 7 kits that have been in my closet for like 4 or 5 years. And they were $40 kits. I think they were $41 before tax. And I don't know. I've had them at my garage sales, but then I haven't posted them for the last 2 years for my online events because the shipping to get these kits to people would be way too much. So anyway, they've sat, and they sold in like 5 minutes at the extravaganza. Now, mind you, I was giving them away for $15, so it was a really good deal. But I can't tell you how excited I was to get that half shelf back in my cupboard. It's like, wow, now I can put more designer paper in there. Took me a little longer to find stuff, so I'm working on paperwork. Okay. Well, all right. I get it. Waves of the ocean. You're right, Sherry. The paper does stand on its own. So, I mean, you could, on one of the little pieces, you could put, some birds. You could die cut the birds out of the foil and just do a little subtle embellishment. Just watching. Some fun folds. Excellent. Okay, so now these, I don't have my layers cut for black. I guess I should. This is going to be like a first where I only make 2 layouts tonight, but that's okay. Like I say, I don't need 5,000 cards every week. Sometimes I do. And I spent a good half hour looking for the right sentiment. I ended up with thank you. I was looking for just because. And I found one, but then I thought, no, I like the thank you. This would be a good thank you card with the baking. So that's what I went with. Don't forget my BOGO is still on, you guys. Now, there's the sale. The Stampin' Up Sale starts on Wednesday, like at 1 in the afternoon or whatever time it starts. And if you want to get in on my BOGO, you absolutely can. If you place an order through my store, you get my retired stuff for free for that value. So you can get some really good deals and get my stuff for free. So don't forget about that. It's going the whole month of March, and I have cleared away some good stuff, so I'm happy about that too. Not nearly enough. Tracy and I and a few other demonstrators are getting together in June to purge our stash, and they are going to be priced to move, honestly. And I think for my portion, I think, did we discuss this, Tracy? I know I thought about it. Like the last hour of the event, it might be okay. Take this away for ridiculously cheap amounts for the last hour. Like, I don't want to be hauling it all back home again. So they will be priced to move. So we'll be advertising a lot of that as and when. So, yeah, so you would have seen my pictures from the extravaganza. And Mr. Dale Hampshire, he made the trek from Calgary to come up and see us. So that was lovely. So kind. Now, it wasn't just us. He does have, they have grandkids here in Edmonton. So he came up, brought Carla, visited the grandkids. Oh, that's not the right size. Let's do this one. Okay. So it was nice to see him. I haven't seen him in over 2 years in person. Okay, I don't need all the ones I make, especially when we make lots on a Monday. So I donate some. Yeah, I donate mine too to my mom's church. Yeah. Hi, Shada. How are you? Been using up the DSP. I've been hoarding, and I think I'll use the plentiful plants. Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, great idea. Yeah. Yeah, Tracy does a famous, fill your bag for $20. So she hands you a bag and says, whatever can cram into here. Yes. Okay. Yeah, wasn't that neat, Teresa? It was so nice to see him. Okay, so now this one. Sure, I was going to pop these ones up too. Why not? I still have 7 minutes. What else can I tell you about? I thought there was something else happening, but maybe not. I got training on Friday. Then the next Friday is our Flowing Flowers class. So that there's still time if you want to get in on that one. I guess I should show my cards one more time, in case you haven't seen them 19 times already. So these are the 3 cards we're making. It's $45 local, $55 long distance. You get the stamp set included and all the pieces to make these cards. The live Zoom and the recording to the Zoom. So that's the week after. And then the honeybee, the honeybee home is my next one. And then I don't have anything else planned. So I need to get that new catalog PDF so I can start planning my next classes. I'm getting a little slack. Like, I'm kind of used to having no pressure. Like, I've been pretty on top of things. But that could bite me in the butt if I'm not careful. Oh, Lynn says, what are you going to do tomorrow? Well, I don't know, Lynn. There was a request last week to do the mirror image technique. And I don't know. You know me better than that, Lynn. Come on. I usually decide at 6:50. Do you have any requests? What would you like me to do, Lynn? Maybe I'll play with a new set. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a fancy fold. I'm not sure. I don't know. Open to suggestions. Thanks, Shada. Okay. All right. What do you think we should do, you guys? What do you want to learn? I could do a quick mirror image. Any other products we haven't used? Don't make me use the chalks. I do not like the chalks. I could get out that swatch of techniques. I think I showed you a long time ago. I've got about 50 different techniques in a booklet. Nothing? Comments aren't coming through. There we go. Nature's Beauty or Expressions of Friendship. Nature's Beauty. You know what? That Nature's Beauty, I think I've used one stamp once. I couldn't get into that one. Expressions of Friendship. Which one is that? Expressions of Friendship. What's in that one? Nature's Beauty is this one. Jog my memory. What's Expressions of Friendship look like? I forget. Why can't I find it? Can't find that. What's that one? Oh, the host set. Oh, the Girl Tree. I don't have it. That's why. Yeah, I don't have that one. Didn't love it. I got the other one though. I got the one with the swan. The swan. Yeah, this is the Nature's Beauty. I can't make it work. This one. Another one I could probably play with. I've been is the one with the bear. I haven't inked that one up yet. Oh, or the Home and Garden. Maybe other of these. Yeah, so many stamps. So little time. Okay, that one's already done. All right. What time is it? 7:58. I have 2 minutes. I'm not going to get these done, but I could get these placed, I guess. It's the best I can do. And then I'll just have to go and die cut the pieces. And when I get this far, I know I'll do it because I'm not going to have a card. Stop at that. You have Nature's Beauty. I love that set. Yeah, Nancy, a lot of people do. It just, I don't know, like, I'm not good at building scenes. Like, I'm good at stamping a sentiment. Have you noticed that about my cards? There's not a lot of stamping in my cards, generally speaking. Like this is a card. Well, we've stamped the sentiment. Stamp the sentiment. And it's because my Mystery Card Mondays really have trained me that they have to be fairly simple, not a lot of stamping. So really just some stamping, sentiment, a little bit of stamping, but it's like I'm not good at building scenes. So when I'm given a picture of a rabbit, what do I do with that? I don't know. It's just not my style. I very much, when I first started stamping, I followed Mary Fish, and I loved her clean, simple, minimalistic style. And so I guess that kind of swayed how I do things. And yeah. Well, thank you, Bev. Folds. Okay. The host said, okay. We could do more stamping. We could. I'll come up with something. I've got all, now see, I say on Tuesdays, I have all Tuesday until Tuesday night. Like I don't have anything going on, but things tend to come up. I always end up doing paperwork, or maybe I'll do my taxes tomorrow. Something, I don't know, something exciting like that. But maybe I'll just play all day and show you something you don't know yet. Yeah, Mary Fish, she's amazing. I don't know that she's ever held a workshop. Can you believe that, Nikki? She's always been online from day one. I don't think she's ever done a party. Crazy, hey? She was #1 in the world a couple of years in a row, and she was the best of the best. Her background is real estate. She was a real estate agent. Okay, I've got 3 more, but where is the third piece? 1, 2. Well, that's not good. Here it is, #3. I'll get those done, and then that's okay. I make wine tags a lot. Yes, Nancy. They need a lot of wine where you work. Okay, so we'll go like this, just for spacing. So I hope this layout works for whatever paper you've chosen. And I hope once you get it all decorated up that you'll share. I'm going to take pictures of my 3 cards and I will post them, and then you can post yours in the comments below. You just made a haddock fish, broccoli cheddar rice, and baked cauliflower supper. Ooh, okay. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Melissa. All right. So this is the trickiest part, is getting these down somewhat straight. So there you go. Yeah, it's 8:02. I'm going to finish this off. I'll take pictures, and yeah, tomorrow we'll see what comes up tomorrow. But come on back at 7 o'clock right here for Check It Out Tuesday. And we'll have some more fun hanging out together. Thanks for popping in tonight. We will see you tomorrow.